Peace, y'all. It's your man Dave with my brother Quest, the man bringing you all things marriage, paying you huge dividends on your investment in time with us. We're talking about love, sex, having children, money, spirituality, life, communication, and anything else to help you thrive and win in your relationships. And guess what? This is grown folks' business. So get ready to make grown-up decisions. You know why? Because marriage ain't for suckers. That's the name of the program. Marriage ain't for suckers. All right, let's get into it. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Quest, man. Welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. I am joined, you know what I'm saying, by some might call him, you know what I'm saying, bald head slick, you know what I'm saying? Some might call him LDH. Others might call him the anomaly. Ladies and gentlemen, my man, my man, L. David Harris. Put your hands together.
What is up, Quest? Listen to me now, man. I'm not paying. All right, yo, what up, Quest? Listen,
you better lose yourself in the music the moment you own it.
Hey.
You better never let it go. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow.
I gotta do it to you. I gotta do it to you. Hold on. Let me just switch it so I don't get distracted, and I put it on there and get us shut down.
Please.
Yeah, what up, Quest? Listen,
What up, man?
I'm not a prophet, but I read the prophets.
Hey, bruh.
So I'm gonna say, I'd like to introduce my homeboy,
Yeah, no doubt.
my brother
Yeah, no doubt.
from another mother. This is Quest, the visionary leader. Green, holla at y'all, man. What up? That's him. That's him right there.
Ooh, the visionary
Quest.
leader.
Yeah, I'm not a prophet, but I read the prophets. Let's get it.
Oh, come on. Did I just give him?
Pull a fader. I ain't paying.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
ain't
paying.
I
I'm
ain't
not
paying.
paying. I'm not paying.
I'm
not paying.
What up, man? It's good to see your face, D, as always, man.
Yeah, likewise, man. I think we saw each other recently, though.
We did. We saw, yo, let me tell you, 2023, the second half of 2023 was a blessing in that respect, man.
Yes, sir.
Because I got to see you in what, July? Was it? Did I see you in July? I think I saw you in July, in August, in September, in October. And Shonda Morris is calling us, but we are recording podcast. Shouts out to Shonda Morris.
We're live. I'm thinking Shonda's supposed to see that.
Is
it live? Is your joint live? Is it live on your joint?
Yeah, it's live. It's
Okay.
live. She's supposed to see it. So yeah, man, shouts out to her. But we saw each other every month for the second half of 2023 from July right through to the end of the year. So
yeah, but it was kind of special recently, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was special because we got to see each other in Jamaica for Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie. I had let me just say, man, I just had a wonderful time, bro.
That's good.
Wonderful time. You feel
That's
me? And
good.
more importantly, what was dope, it was crazy, D, because we got to see ourselves reloaded in a kind of a way.
It was weird, bro.
Because I saw Josiah and Nico, and here's the funny thing: they didn't even come sit at our table. They decided to go sit at their own table right by the water.
Yeah,
and they started playing soccer under the table. Then they was playing some mimicking game, and I don't know, but it looked like
I'm gonna try to pull it up.
Reloaded all over again.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it till you said it. I'm looking down because I'm trying to get it on here. You put it in the Telegram, didn't you?
I think I put it in the Telegram.
Or did you put it online?
It was on the UO. I think it was in the UOU Telegram, but yeah, it was unbelievable.
So
bro.
I'm gonna look for it while you still talking.
Yeah. So just to see them. Matter of fact, I don't know how to get it up.
No, I'll put it up, but I just can't remember where it was. That's my problem.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought you put it in the mastermind, so I'm gonna look in there. But go ahead, carry on, man. I'm gonna find it. Go ahead. Don't worry
But
about it.
but like just to see them, bro, like, and it was almost like this was the first time that they were seeing each other face to face. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the way that they were playing, it was as if they knew each other, like they grew up, they came up together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In addition to that, we saw, look at them, look at them,
Yeah.
look at them. Oh, that's the point where they had already stopped playing soccer under the table.
Yeah,
But
they
look,
were
some
mimicking
game,
each other.
mocking each other. Yeah. And I was just like, D, were we ever this silly at this age? We probably were, but we never, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I already know.
And
I
so
was
just to see
100% worse. I was definitely worse. I was definitely worse.
And then, but I think the part that was dope for me though, D, is the fact that we know who our wives are in terms of individuals, right? Like Simone is, we were talking about it earlier on. Simone is wired a lot like me, but like there's like some different parts to Simone. Like she'll cut some folk off quick.
She
Faith
don't
is not
waste
the type
no
of person
time.
that is, no time. Faith is not the type of person that trusts people off the rip, right? Because she is a shoot. If you ask me, 199 air traffic control, right? She's not very trusting out the gate. So she really got to see who you are before she, right? And for the two of them they talk via Zoom and all of that other stuff, but for them to see each other click up the way that they did and then go off and leave us. Hold up. Let me just address that real. I don't know. I might have felt away. You know what I'm saying? They went off and did their own thing.
I need to tell a secret too, son. Like because I'm well known. Let's just call it like that. And oh gosh, I should probably not say that. But people be. Well, that's not the part I shouldn't say. Like this is worse. So people be reaching out to Simone in social media to be a friend, and she be coming to me like, "Yo, who is that? That's not my friend." Like she quick to say, "That's not my friend. That doesn't have to do with me." Like, why are they reaching? And I'm like, "Easy, Simone, cool, no man."
Easy.
You see what I'm saying? So that's how she is. Like she's just like, bro, I'm not looking for just random. And she's very friendly. She loves having friends, bro. But she's not just looking for a new friend. Just because I'm cool with somebody, she's not one of those people that she'll be cordial, but she's not going to automatically be cool with nobody just because I'm cool with them. She not about that life, bro.
But what was so dope about it is that the two of them immediately clicked up like long lost friends who ain't seen each other for a while. Then they took off and went to the far end of the beach and sat down.
Son, it took us 10 minutes to get there, to walk. We had to take 10 minutes to go catch up with them.
Walk.
Yeah.
And like when we came back down from where we was, and then we started on one end of the bay, and they was like, look across the thing. And then they were waving their hand.
I pulled out my map on my phone to locate Simone, because we have that thing where we track each other. And it's like, yo, it wasn't like they not rude. It wasn't like, yo, what y'all doing here? But it was just like, yo, we were kind of in the middle of something. Like
I was like,
that's what I want.
Bro, this week, for those who don't know, if you get an opportunity to join the UOU Mastermind, and you're in business and you're looking to take, who you are as an individual and, as a business owner to the next level, this is definitely something that you need to join. But the discussion that we've been talking about this week has been along the lines of being yoked. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for all of us who know, like for real, the word that talks about be ye not unequally yoked with unbelievers.
Yeah.
But when you do find people that you can do life with and not around, right? I'm talking about legit do life. Now you can't be yoked with everybody, but those that you are yoked with, and like for real, that was just a perfect example. And me and D, for those who don't know, me and D I don't even know where we are. I'll stop counting. You know what I'm saying? It's over 40 years.
It's 40 something. It's 40 something years. I know that I was younger than 13 because I moved.
Yep.
I know where I was at a certain time. So I was young. We were younger than teen.
I remember because I was in elementary school, and I remember I like being in the 7th grade, 6th grade, and still like, so I know our ages were in the single digits, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I stopped counting. But for us to be still rocking and doing what we're doing now, and just the way that God would have it, like there will never be another time where we are disconnected, if you will. Right? There's a marriage that's taking place, and it's not just for me and you no more. Now it's for our families.
Yeah, it's real.
Nico's like, when can we go back? Nico said it the other day. When can we go back to Jamaica to see Josiah? Like,
and that's funny because Nico not looking for no new, just random new friends either. He not about that life either.
He's not. He really isn't. He could care less. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially but for them to click the way that Josiah plays football. So that's right up Nico's alley.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for that we're in America. Soccer. For those who watch it from America. Yeah. I call it football. But
because you use your foot for the ball.
Yeah, because you use your foot. You know what I'm saying? But like, for real, for them to be out there shifting the way that they were, man, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So we should probably just jump in right here, man. I'm going to give y'all a little story, right? I'm going to give y'all a little story. So you see the caption, right? Watch the closing doors. So as you can see right there with my man on his lid, and then I'll just put mine on for a second. We from the bricks. Like, we from New York City, right?
I don't know what else to tell them.
You feel me? So one of the things I used to do, Quest, when I didn't know any Spanish, I used to read the signs on the train. So it was like, no comer aquí, like, don't eat here. No se apoye contra la puerta. Don't lean on the, you know what I'm saying? But one thing exactly. So one of the things we used to hear, though, was watch the closing doors. But sometime, like when we were in high school, and we would take the E train to whatever that place was, so we could go up to walk to the 7. Sometimes the joint would be like Ram.
Roosevelt.
It was Roosevelt. Okay. See, I even forgot. Yep. So we would go to that stop and then get up. But if you're coming back in reverse, though, in the afternoon, sometimes it's enough people you can't fit on the train. And then you would hear, dun, dun, watch the closing doors. And it's like, can I get in so I could fit in the joint? Yes or no? Yep. Well, sometimes you can't fit. Sometimes you couldn't fit, son, because you're not going. I said, sometimes you couldn't fit on the train because you're not going. Or you're not going because you can't fit on the train. I think I'm making a point. Sometimes you can't go because you don't fit, Quest. That's a pause for those who are listening to the podcast. It's a deliberate pause. And I used to think that was an elitist mindset. Can we just start there with relationships? I would hear the cats that did direct sales and network marketing, and they would say stuff along those lines. And it always made me itch. It always made me itch because I'm like, y'all some elitist people. Like, oh, so if somebody doesn't want to buy your product or service, then they're not your friends no more. That's how a lot of the cats would behave. And come see me. My sister's been in it since 1983, and I was in it when I was 20. I'm 50 now. I mean, what am I talking about? 20. I was 19 and I'm 50 now. So I understand what I'm saying. And I used to just itch, and I'm like, why do they do that? And put that aside, like whatever their reasons were. And then I started thinking, like, wait a minute. Maybe not because of product or service. Maybe not because you don't support my business, but maybe because we're not on the same page. Maybe because we don't have the same values, Quest. And if we don't have the same values, then we can't have the same vision. So
the reason.
There it is. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No. I was saying hence the reason why everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go. Watch the closing doors. Dum dum. You can't fit because you can't go. So what does that mean though? Like, say, let's go back to Jamaica, Quest. Right?
Yeah.
And now you and the fam are here. Me and my fam live here. And even though even though you and I have known each other longer than Simone and I. Simone and I go back to like 91. But how weird would it be, Quest, if our families didn't click? Because you and I go all the way back. Like, what if the families don't click? That's a real consideration. What if they don't click?
That's a real consideration. I'm glad that they do.
They do.
I'll just say that.
I'm glad that they do.
I don't know
what
I would do.
Jeez.
I don't know I don't even want to think. I don't even want to entertain the thought.
All right. And so the point in this case is, though, now we're in these relationships. We're married. You and I are married. We have children. And now it's a merging of our lives in so many different ways. Well, there are some people who want to be down with us. And I'm not saying because we're something that they can't be or that, you know what I mean? But there are some people that would disrupt the friendship that we got from boyhood. There are some people that would disrupt the relationships we have with our spouses and our children. And there's one more. There's some people who would disrupt what now our families have jointly. Watch the closing doors. Dum, dum. If we don't have the same values and we don't have the same vision, you can't get on the train. Why? Because you can't fit.
But that's the thing that I think that I want to touch too, David. If we don't share the same visions and the same goals and the same dreams, then why do you want to be connected to me? Is it because of your perception of what I'm doing, and you think that because you get what I'm getting? Yeah, let me say
this. It's a hack, Quest.
Here, I was watching a video by John Maxwell very recently, and I think it's appropriate here. He said he always meets people. He said he was doing a conference one time, young cat, you know what I'm saying, fresh out of the, just finishing up his master's program, comes up to him real eager, you know what I'm saying, like excited. He said, John, it's a pleasure to meet you. He said, I just figured out just by watching you today that I want to do what you do. He said, I want to do what you do. He's excited, fresh out, finishing up his master's program. I love what you do. I want to do what you do. And he said, that's great. That's wonderful. He said, let me ask you a question though. I get that you want to do what I do, but do you want to do what I did?
I almost can't even say pause. Like that was a double pause.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to do what I did? You like the end result. You like the goal. You like what you think you see. Right? But this just didn't happen overnight. And there are some things that I need to do or I had to do along the way. E talks about, shouts out to E, man. E talks a lot about these covenant relationships. And there are things that happen in covenant relationships that people don't want to do, but they want the benefits of the covenant relationship. In other words, you want what's mine, you want what's yours, and you want what's mine. But when I want what's yours, I can't have it.
I'm a Bible guy, and I understand covenant, son. Give me 2 hours, and I'll rip the whole covenant concept, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
But I will say to you that for the first time, I have some clarity on human relationships and covenant. I'm not talking about marriage here. When I listen to E when we're talking to each other, not just him talking about it, just open, but when he's in his mind, like telling me stuff, like speaking, just like how you have a conversation. I'm not trying to make it ominous or some stuff. I'm just talking about speaking. And I'm thinking it's clicking because now I understand why it's so important to him. What covenant, because, and reason why this is such a big deal to me now is because he juxtaposes commitment and covenant. And I'm thinking commitment is a big word, bro. But in his mindset, commitment is not enough. I said commitment, son. I'm talking about people that are not going to stop being committed. it's not enough. And I'm like, wait a minute. I've never thought of commitment as not enough before. I'm talking about me, introverted, always thinking, yes, I think very deep, like that me.
Yeah.
It never clicked to me that commitment wasn't enough, son. I've never thought commitment was not enough. I was thinking commitment and covenant, if they're not identical, they're close enough that why are we even talking about this? Oh no, It's a whole different level. And I know, and I'm not saying it just because he said it. Now I'm hearing him and I'm like, oh my goodness, I missed that one.
Here's what's so funny about what you're saying. Because of the context and the area in which we grow, I mean, that we not grow, but we operate, right? This thing called marriage. This is where our work is, right?
Yes.
I realize it from that perspective that there's a difference between committed and covenant. If there was not a difference, there wouldn't be no divorces.
But my thing is, I agree with the differences. But Quest, committed people don't divorce each other.
That's what I'm saying. But here's the funny thing. Committed people are committed until that one thing happens. Covenant says, even if that one thing happens, you see what I'm saying? Covenant people say, even if that one thing happens, I don't know what we're going to do, but I'm not going nowhere.
You know, it's really interesting. Now I can see clearly what you're saying from the way that you said it, because boy, I don't want to put Simone under no bus because I don't believe in that. But I need to talk to her some more, because I said to her long ago, like, I'm not about that adultery life, but I wouldn't throw my wife away if, God forbid, she went that way.
And we're not saying it wouldn't be difficult to transition through that.
Of course. But you know, that's a straw for Simone, because she's been bitten by that so many times before she got married. So it's a straw for her. And that can break a camel's back. I mean, thankfully, we're not about that life, so it doesn't apply here, right? But I'm just thinking in terms of really kind of churning this thing, like commitment versus covenant. And I'm like, oh my word. This thing goes really, really deep.
Can I tell you what's going through my mind as you speak? This is the reason why it's important to transition through the many stages of relationship.
Yes,
you and I were talking earlier on that something could be good in terms of the work that we do in terms of relationships. It can be good, but it's never great until a life is transformed, right? And I'm realizing that the more I'm married to faith, and this is the reason why vulnerability, humility, right? All of that stuff is important too, because we never give people the opportunity to really look into our life. Not that you should give everybody the opportunity to look into your life.
That's right.
But you should give people that you trust, that you respect, the opportunity to look into your life. People that are men and women of God, such that they could tell you what's right or what's wrong from that vantage point that you can't see. And I'm realizing that commitment is good, but covenant is great.
Pause.
You know what I'm saying, D? Like, I'm realizing that as Faith and I matriculate through the years of marriage, and we're committed to one another, but we start to experience some things through our interaction with one another that allows me to cause her to be transformed, and that allows her to move in my life such that I'm transformed, to where we get to the point where, like, okay, yeah, I don't want to live on this side of life without you, no matter what the circumstances are. And it's in those instances that we start making the transition from good to great, from committed to covenant.
You know, my mind, I'm a psych guy. I worked in psych in 96, behavior modification and management, right? So I know a little bit about the way the mind functions and its impact on what we do. My wife, Simone, is experiencing perimenopause.
Yeah. Faith is coming right behind her.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this obviously doesn't happen with all women. My sister is likely in full-blown menopause. She's more mature than us, and we're already in our 50s. Right? So good. But Lisa is not experiencing the thing that I'm about to say. Simone was at the point of what people would consider full-blown depression. And I'm not talking about a mood. I'm talking about full bore depression. And if you understand the symptoms and the behaviors of someone who is suffering in that regard, she was one level above what the worst it has to offer. And then there was and so now we're married, right? Who knows what's going on in her mind? She doesn't even understand what's going on in her mind. And there was one night that thing had come to a head. And she's just like, yo, I got to go walk. And it wasn't as simple as I'm saying it, but that's what it meant. And it's nighttime, bro. I didn't say anything. I got my Crocs. I took up the keys and I led the way. She was a mess. Covenant said, this ends here. This suffering that she's going through, it ends tonight. Prayers from long time, yes. And everything else, yes. Tonight it ends. And so my non-demanding self, not forceful self, said there is a remedy. I won't talk about the remedy. I know what the remedy is. She knew what the remedy was. And I said, even though this remedy could cause complications in another area, we're going to put this remedy back on board to get your mind and emotions and your self-worth back on track. What it didn't say was, I can't bother with this, man. Wow. She's off her rockers. Yeah. No. I know people that have divorced over this stuff.
That's crazy.
Because the person that they're seeing and experiencing is not the one they married. Literally, it's not. That ain't her. But I'm like, no. Covenant. We gonna make sure that whatever it takes to get her mind right, that's what it's gonna be. And if you've never been out of your mind, you really don't know what I'm talking about. Nope. Or if you've never been with anybody whose mind is going, then you don't even know what I'm talking about.
But due to knowledge, D, have you ever been in excruciating pain?
Yes,
Bro,
sir.
I have been.
Yes,
and
sir.
You are not yourself.
Mm-hmm.
With
no end in view.
Right? And so because right, you're in excruciating pain. Sometimes people put degrees on stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like because you can't like legit see, or bro, I've had a kidney stone. And if I could show you the size of the doggone thing, bro, it's something so small could wreak so much havoc.
Because it's trying to pass from your kidneys through a tiny little tube, like
the urethra,
the one sitting on your headset right there.
Yeah, like this. And it's even smaller than this.
But it's a bundle of nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But I think sometimes because we can't see, right? Not to go too far off, but it's because you can't see it. But you know that there's some stuff on the inside that's shifting and changing, and it's affecting emotions. It's affecting feelings, the way you think, the way you process. Like for real, it's a serious thing. But when you think about what this person did with you, for you, right? In terms of what she did for you, in terms of relationship, the children that she gave you.
It's my wife, B.
Oh, come on, bruh. This is the thing that I'm trying to get people to understand, that my life would not be what it is right now if Faith wasn't in it. Her life would not be what it is if I wasn't in it. She's told me the relationship she's been in, and I was like, and you stayed that long? I've told her the relationships that I've been, the marriage that I was in, and served, with divorce papers. Like she knows, right? That so for you to be here, you saved me from so much, or you gave me the opportunity to have a second chance. I gave her the opportunity, right? Or the where she don't got to deal with none of that stuff she was dealing with before.
Mhm.
So now, because you're going through some change, right? Like, come on, look at the years that we experienced good together. The fact that we are parenting children, the fact that our children will never know what divorce is.
Mhm.
They'll never know what it is for me. If we even lightweight talk crazy to one another, I'm talking about lightweight. The kids are like, no, hey, what is that? We don't, and I'm talking about when we joking with one another because they're not used to it.
That's right. That's
You
right.
feel me?
Yeah.
So now we've shifted from what we talked about before in terms of commitment to covenant. Yeah, that's where we at, bro. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to take a whole lot. I'm talking about it might have to take God coming down off the throne, and I know that he ain't fitting to do that to come and break this up.
God is the one who creates covenant. He's original.
Bruh.
You see, the homies, the 5% nation, or the nation of who they call gods and earths. I got a lot of homies in it.
Oh, come on, bro.
In that mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they talk about the original man.
Mm-hmm.
You're original. You're God because you're original. Pause. No, you're not. The one who created that you can't see all the time. He's original.
Come on, bro.
And I'm not trying to diss my homeboys. Listen, I got a lot of brothers, man. I got a lot of brothers in that are 5%
mm-hmm.
nation. But what I'm saying is, the one who literally created us is above all. He's supreme. Not mathematics. Pause. He's supreme. And the jewel for today is, he's so good, and you want to say, how good is he? That he made a covenant with us.
Whoa.
That he would write his laws in us. And we're so disobedient. And then he went on the other side of the covenant, because you got to keep it too. We got to keep it too. Like, he went on the other side of the covenant and said, all right, now I'm going to have to manifest myself as a human so that I can keep the human side of the covenant too, through Christ. And then all that the other humans need to do is submit and accept it. So he keeps both sides of the covenant, B.
So I'm just saying, my man made a covenant with himself.
Oh gosh, because there's no one higher than himself. That's what the text says. Something like you can't lose in godly covenant. So that means that when we are clicking up with people, Shonda, when we say that we're friends with people, it has to be bigger than you enjoy stuff together.
But not only that, it has to be in alignment with what we two say is our covenant. If it's not, you can't ride this train.
Dum, dum.
Know this.
Watch the closing doors.
We only have space on this train. We only have space in this relationship. We only have space in this dynamic for people who move in alignment with this covenant. Shouts out to Dee Dee. She calls it her sacred circle.
So you trying to make me cry now? Is that what you're doing?
I'm just saying, D. Shouts out to Dee Dee for the sacred circle. Why? Because in essence, what she's saying is that if I allow you to be a part of this circle and you're not in alignment with all the ideas, mindsets, likeness, whatever all the attributes are of this covenant, you could tear this all apart. And I can't afford that. We can't afford that. It legit sustains our families. It sustains our relationships. It sustains our spiritual fortitude, all of the things that make us and allow us to move, think, breathe in the way that we are right now, which is pleasing to God. Mm-hmm. If I allow you to come in here, yeah, you might tear this up. Everybody can't go. And here's the funny thing. This goes for mindsets. It goes for situations and people.
Yeah. And so just kind of as we shut it down for now, what we're not saying, and this is a very important distinction, this is not about uniformity. Like I promise you, Quest and I are cut from the same cloth, but I promise you, not on the same part of the bolt. We're not that similar, right? So what we're not looking for is uniformity. So you got your fitted on. I had my fitted on. Like, I didn't even know you were dressing like that today. I got my joint too. Look at that. Saying? We got the joint. I don't even really care about the team. I care about that N and that Y. Oh. You feel me? Just because. Ooh. But guess what? Yours is red with the white joint. Mine is black, full black. So we're unified just in terms of our love for the city. The city that used to never sleep. I don't know if it sleeps now, Quest.
Oh, no, it's still awake, bro.
Yeah, so the city that never sleeps, but we're not uniform. We're not the same guy, but we do share the same values.
That's it.
And we share the same vision.
That's it.
We're on the same mission.
Come on,
you feel
bro.
Me? So that is what low-key determines whether when they play that sound, now y'all can look it up, watch the closing door, dun, dun, whether you're going to be on the train or off of it. I ain't mad if you don't fit on the train, but if you try to bust in through the doors, I promise you, I'm pulling the emergency brake, and everybody going to get whiplash because you got to get off of this joint. You cannot come on here. You just can't.
Everybody.
Cannot. So I'm thankful because we have the privilege of making a decision every day. Jesus was faced with one thing. I think I'll just shut it down right here. He and his disciples were together and somebody was like, yo, your mom's is at the door. And he took it as an opportunity to teach them what we're talking about. And he was like, so he didn't say go open the door, like let her in. He was just like, so let's rap for a second, right? Who is my mother and my brother and my family? Like, who is my family? And it's just like, what? Like, I just said your mom's is at the door. Like, yeah. And he's like, those who do the will of my Father.
Come on.
Are on the train, Quest. So what does that mean about those who don't? So that's all we're really talking about, Quest.
That's really what it is at the end of the day.
At the end of the day.
You either want to do what I do, and if you want to do what I do, then you're going to do what I did. A lot of people want to do what I do, but they don't want to do what I did. Mm-hmm. Immediate indicated that, yeah.
So, I think this is it right here. We pull up the brakes just here for one moment until, the next time, if the Lord spares life, homeboy.
Yeah. Y'all stay focused, man.
Yeah.
There you have it, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Marriage is about mutual love and mutual respect, and it works for those willing to make it work. Real talk, our spouses are treasured jewels given to us to make life better. And the sooner we learn to value one another will be the sooner we become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can be. Until next time, peace.